Today we are talking about something totally amazing, super amazing,
completely amazing, absolutely amazing.
one of my favorite movies ever made by Pixar, Inside Out. And it's no coincidence that there are tons of Easter eggs in there, and I guarantee you that you did not see all of them. Let's all climb aboard the train of thought and go hunting for Easter eggs. Toot, toot, toot. Welcome back, gents and gentlets. Our last video was about Pixar's The Good Dinosaur, so it only makes sense that we should start there. In the classroom, a kid is wearing a military jacket, and on that jacket you can see Arlo. It might be a little difficult to see though because it's so, I don't know, camouflage. So let's go ahead and put some little magic in there so you can see it better. Also, Pixar takes the opportunity to remind you that their birthday is in 1986. February 3rd, 1986 to be exact. So if you're watching this on February 3rd, don't forget to go and wish them a happy birthday. Also, when they are recalling good memories for Riley, they recall the road trip. In that road trip, you can see they are getting their picture taken with Forrest Woodbush from The Good Dinosaur. Then the car rolls away and crashes right into Papa's tail. Some people think that that is Arlo. Remember how small Arlo was compared to Woodbush. If you don't think it's Papa, the only other option is it's Mama. Another Pixar movie that hid in plain sight is Finding Dory. A Finding Dory poster can be seen in the background at the bus stop when they are moving to San Francisco. Right there. When making the movie, one of the first scenes they completed was Riley having dinner with her mom and dad. This scene. But check out that Chinese takeout box. It's the same Chinese place from Ratatouille. And also Toy Story. So where is this famous Chinese restaurant, you ask? If you're asking that question, that means that you left before the end of the movie. You can see the restaurant in the credits. Speaking of Ratatouille, you can find Chef Colette is on the cover of the Minnesota magazine called Hot Dish. Also, REME makes a cameo from the dead as a guest appearance in Riley's Nightmare. Yeah. He might sound a little bit different, yes, but his looks are spot on, and in dreams everything sounds a little bit weird.
Come live with me, Riley.
And while we're looking at this dream, let's point out a few other awesome Easter eggs. If you've ever been to Disneyland, then you already noticed the scary organ music in her dream is the same music from the Haunted Mansion ride. Also, the creepy vegetarian bear is the same bear from Brave. Don't forget our favorite collection of Toy Story. In Riley's classroom, we give a shout out to Toy Story 1 with the globe of the world that assisted in knocking Buzz Lightyear out the window. Then later on in Dream Productions, we see that Riley dreams about Zurg from Toy Story 2. I know, it looks just like 3 employees in a Zurg cape, right? But remember, when she watches her dreams, they have to put a realistic filter on first. This is what her teacher looks like before adding the filter, then after. This is what Zurg looks like before the filter, then after. You may notice when Joy was looking at one of Riley's happy memories, it's the same playground from Sunnyside Daycare in Toy Story 3. But it's possible you missed this one. The Jack-in-the-Box from Toy Story 3 is in Riley's room when she is imagining the possibilities. Do you remember that Toy Story 3 took place in the Tri-County area? You know, where all the trash goes to die. Well, Riley's hockey team is also located in the Tri-County area. Apparently that's where her hockey skills went to die. Bless her heart. But what about Toy Story 4? I know, Toy Story 4's release date isn't until June 21st, 2019, but Pixar is known for leaving Easter eggs to future films all the time. Even though the first Toy Story was about friendship and didn't exactly have a bad guy, Sid wasn't necessarily a good guy either. Just maybe the next not so good bad guy isn't a guy at all. Maybe it's a gentlet. This girl from Riley's classroom has the same shirt as Sid, just with opposite colors of course. I may be putting my foot in my mouth here, but I'm going to be calling this one an Easter egg to Toy Story 4. When Steve Jobs was alive, he had a role in Pixar's success. Without him, Pixar wouldn't be alive today. They put the Apple logo in the happy memory and loving memory of Steve Jobs. Clown Town is a shout out to an old movie I've never seen called Chinatown. It has one of the most remembered lines in the history of movies.
Yes, and there she is!
Hey, come back here! Forget it, Jake. It's Cloud Town.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
It even turned into funny memes all over the internet. Now onto some Easter eggs that Pixar is more known for. When Riley is walking to school, you can clearly see A113 is on the wall. This is a reference to a famous classroom most artists came from, A113. Then it shows up again in the same spot when Riley decides running away isn't such a good idea after all. The famous Pixar ball that is in every Pixar movie since the Toy Story of Mankind, or Womankind, can be found in the corner of the room when Riley is playing with her imaginary friend, Bing Bong. Also, you remember Bing Bong is part dolphin.
Dolphin?
And you can see Riley colored a dolphin here. They went nuts putting the Pizza Planet truck in this video. We haven't seen the Pizza Planet truck this many times in one movie probably since the first Toy Story. You can see the Pizza Planet truck here. Dad's eating pizza. The truck is here.
It's working!
Mom and Riley go to a pizza shop.
What the heck is that?
Another Pizza Planet truck here. Riley has a nightmare about pizza. I think it's safe to say Inside Out likes pizza. Oh yeah, and the pizza truck's here too.
There's Deja Vu.
Everything is awful, and my legs don't work.
Here is a happy memory from the movie Up with Ellie and Carl's wedding. Try not to cry. Speaking of the movie Up, oh my goodness, do they put Easter eggs in here for Up. Here you can see that Riley even dreams about Ellie and Carl. See, Carl has a scruffy beard, glasses, and of course a tie. And Ellie is seen wearing a safari hat and holding a camera. And there's another tie that Carl wears. And another tie that Carl wears. Another tie that Carl wears. Oh look! Another tie that Carl wears. Basically every tie that Carl wears is in this movie somewhere. So why do you think that Riley has so many memories of Ellie and Carl? They never had a kid, so Riley can't be their granddaughter. I racked my brain a long time and can't figure out why Riley knows Carl and Ellie so much. What do you think is the reason behind all this? If you have a good enough theory, let me know in the comments below, and if I think it's good enough, I'll make a video about it, and give you credit. Now for some randomness.
There's Deja Vu.
Now for some randomness.
There's Deja Vu.
You can see Riley dreams about the Smurfs, more specifically Papa Smurf. She also dreams about Robin Hood and Sleeping Beauty. When Riley is FaceTiming her friend, if you look on her friends list, you will see she is friends with Pete Docter and Ronnie Del Carmen, who are both the directors for Inside Out. In the classroom, you see a reference to Pixar's animated film La Luna, otherwise The Stars. You know, the little boy who murders stars. That right there is Figment, a character from a ride in Disney World. Do you know what ride it's from though? Let me know and impress me with your knowledge. Speaking of Disney, here we go again on the hater train. Toot toot. Toot toot toot. Looking back at my idea in the Toy Story video, does Disney and Pixar still have beef?
Where's the beef?
If you didn't watch my Toy Story video, basically Disney and Pixar originally didn't get along very well. Kind of like ex-boyfriend and girlfriend. It looks to me in this scene that Pixar can't help but to pass up an opportunity to crush a princess house, even though it looks exactly like the Disney castle.
Fire!
She's hilarious.
And Mickey Mouse is the only one sitting around drinking coffee while all the other characters are hard at work. That's right, that's Mickey Mouse. See the ears, the tail, the buttons, it's Mickey. They put an Easter egg in the very beginning of the film.
Are you kidding me? Out of the gate?
For one of my favorite animated films, For the Birds.
If you're a big fan of the show The Office, then you know that Phyllis is the voice for Sadness. Also, Sadness plays Phyllis in The Office, and her real name is Phyllis.
Hi, are there any local companies that rent anti-gravity machines?
Anti-gravity machines?
That's right, yeah.
What do they do exactly?
They make you feel lighter.
Anti-gravity. Antidepressant? I could put you through to someone on that.
Okay.
Also, Kelly Kapoor naturally plays the voice for Disgust. This next one's probably not an Easter egg, but it's funny as heck and a detail I can't help but to share. While they were driving to their new house, if you look closely, you will see that there are two cars that got tickets and boots on their car for parking in front of a fire hydrant. Speaking of a boot, did you recognize the boot in Bing Bong's magical bag? It's the same exact boot from WALL-E. Doesn't the imaginary boyfriend kind of look like Justin Bieber?
I would die for Riley.
Oh, ugh.
I live in Canada.
Well, either way, towards the end of the movie, the imaginary boyfriend falls into the pit of forgottenness. He sacrificed the memory of him to help Joy and Sadness get back to headquarters.
Yeah!
Everyone shut up.
Boy band island. Hope that's just a phase.
In Riley's playing cards, you can see that in her imagination, she made her dad king, her mom is queen, and she is the jack. Also, there's a board game called Find Me, obviously a shout out to Finding Nemo, another board game called The Dinosaur World, giving once again another shout out to The Good Dinosaur just in case you missed the other shout outs in this movie. And this one might be a stretch, but that crane kinda looks alive. See, there are the two eyes right there, and that almost looks kinda like a mouth right there. So perhaps this is an Easter egg to Car Street. We'll see.
And now I'm all set to take Riley to the moon! Oh, I'm sorry. Great.
Also, taking a closer look at Bing Bong, the cat tail is from the cat in Alice in Wonderland. That part is cotton candy. That part is elephant, obviously. Probably referring though to Dumbo. And when you go to Disneyland, you will find Dumbo cotton candy for sale. And his feet, compliments of Super Carlin Brothers, are part Sanderson from Monsters, Inc. Keep in mind, Riley's last name is also Anderson, just no S. And his hat is from one of the pioneers in comedy from over 100 years ago, Charlie Chaplin. And the jacket, of course, is from Emmett Kelly, a famous American circus performer from, you guessed it, over 100 years ago. And also, an elephant's trunk is shaped normally like this, so they deliberately put Bing Bong's trunk upside down, so that way it would be in the shape of a heart. While we're here, let's take a look-see at Joy. Notice anything different about her compared to Bing Bong and Sadness? She doesn't have a shadow. Basically, Joy is so full of joy that she glows and has no shadow. Or maybe Joy is actually Tinkerbell. That would explain why Riley dreams about being able to fly. We already know that Joy has a habit for canceling Riley's scary dreams when she is on dream duty and replacing them with her own happy dreams.
I know I'm not supposed to do this, but...
I'm pretty sure that's against the rules though. Yep. Another point to the movie you might have missed if you only watched the movie once is that even though all the personalities have a say in controlling their little human, one personality calls all the shots. And the lead personality is decided based on how other people around that person treat them. For example, when Riley had too many bad events happen to her, Joy was about to lose her spot as leader of the personalities until her mom came in and thanked her for being so happy. Then Joy got to keep her spot as leader. If we take the same logic to everyone else, Riley's mom's main emotion is sadness, probably because she sees Riley having such a hard time in life thanks to the move. Dad's main emotion is anger. Anger is in charge probably because he is stressed with the new business deal threatening to fall apart.
And it's obvious this kid's main emotion is fear.
Have a nice day.
The pizza girl's main emotion is disgust.
What are we mad about?
But can you blame her? I mean, come on, she serves broccoli pizza all day.
I don't know.
The teacher has an exhausted version of Joy, probably because she's happy to teach, but she's overwhelmed and overworked.
I know, totally.
Then the rebellious girl naturally is controlled by her fear because she is worried that she isn't going to fit in.
It was so exhausting.
Well, thanks for watching my Inside Out Easter eggs. I hope I was able to make a few happy memories for you today. If you watched Inside Out and you think you really know Riley, then go over to crazynate.com and see if you really know as much as you think you do. Try to let joy control your life, and remember, my friendly gents and gentlets, share a smile. They are contagious.